Every year I failed for over 10 years. I remember my first viewer was just me, my mom, that's all. I didn't start by saying that I want to earn money from YouTube, so I didn't have the expectation of succeeding.
Meet Kelvin, a seemingly ordinary guy next door with extraordinary ambition. Born and raised in Malaysia, Kelvin grew up with a humble beginning. Through relentless hard work, he made his way to Singapore and landed a job as a game programmer. But Kelvin didn't stop there. Constantly exploring ways to create multiple streams of income, he faced failure after failure until he stumbled into YouTube. What started as another project he thought might fail became the turning point of his life. In less than 5 years, Kelvin's channel has grown to over 100,000 subscribers, inspiring countless people to level up their personal finance journey. Today, I'm honored to have Kelvin here to share his zero to hero story and the lessons that he has learned along the way. Hi everyone! Oh my god, today I'm super excited because finally I'm able to interview someone I'm pretty sure all of you guys have watched his videos, his channel many times before. He's someone that I really respect a lot because I literally see his transformation from someone that you never think of him becoming a YouTuber to him taking this unconventional path and literally create a total different financial future for himself because of the unconventional path that he has chosen to take. So without further ado, let's welcome Kelvin! Hello everyone! Thank you so much for coming here, Kelvin.
Hey, thanks for inviting. I've been seeing you on the internet for a long time. So it's finally great to see you in person.
I think my first question really goes down to you really go through this very unconventional path of becoming a YouTuber. And I know that you also said in your channel before that you are someone very introvert. So there's definitely a lot of ups and downs in this journey. How did you actually overcome the fear of speaking in front of camera? Because I'm pretty sure a lot of audience who are watching right now, maybe they also have this thought that, I want to be doing something like you, but they are scared. So how did you overcome that fear and what's your advice for this?
I think prior to this, I actually like teaching. So backstory back in my secondary school days, I was actually good at math. So what happened was that a bunch of girls came up to me and said, "Hey Kevin, can you teach me math?" so that sort of boosted my self-confidence . So even though I'm introvert, I like to teach. I like to feel good . So that after I graduated, because I like to do a lot of side projects on the side. So I started with creating apps, creating games. Every year I failed. I failed for over 10 years. So right until my last project in 2019, after my last failure, then I said, maybe I should start a YouTube channel. That's because around 2016, 2017, I married my wife. So that's when all the huge expense came in. Wedding, house, the renovation, all this . So this is the first time I've seen so much money going out of my bank account. It's not coming, it's going out. So I started doing all this research on how to save money . So with all this knowledge, I tried to teach other people how to save money, how to buy the best insurance, this kind of stuff. But no one was interested. My friend was like, "Hey, we are finished work. Don't talk about money, can or not?" So I this pent up frustration that I want to teach, but I have no outlet to teach. So after my last failure in 2019, I start to hey, maybe I should start a YouTube channel to teach others who are more interested to learn . So that's how I started. As to how I overcome it, actually there's nothing to overcome because it's just you and the camera, that's all. People think that, okay, maybe at the start people will hate your content, you have a lot of haters. But truth be told, there's no haters right at the start because no one will even watch your videos. So I remember my first viewer was just me, my mom, that's all. And some random people who accidentally, unfortunately stumbled onto my video. So yeah, I think there's nothing much to be worried about. So just go ahead and do it .
So this period of nobody even noticed your video, right? Was it something that it's very challenging for you that you have to persist through this journey before your videos got eventually discovered? How do you motivate yourself to even persist? Because a lot of people, when they see no result, literally no response, right, they're kind of okay, maybe YouTube is not for me, they give up, right? How did you persist on this?
So like I said earlier, I had a lot of failures before this. So this is just another one of my failure. I was already prepared for it to fail. So, and the other thing is, I didn't start by saying that I want to earn money from YouTube. So I didn't have the expectation of succeeding. My only goal for doing this is just to, so that I can teach other people about stuff that's related to money. So even if there's like 100 viewers, I've achieved my goal. so I have very low expectations. That's why I kept going on. And it just so happened that 2020 was this very crazy year that a lot of things happened all at once. So first there was a lot of brokers that came in, like MooMoo, Tiger Brokers. Then there was the pandemic, which allowed me to work from home. There was this whole crazy bull run. So everyone was suddenly interested in investing. Correct. So when you add up all this together, somehow my channel was in the right place at the right time. So that boosted my channel near the end of the year. After I've persisted over 1 year, then it only started to pick up a bit.
After one entire year of
after
effort,
one entire year.
right? I think it's very important to highlight that a lot of times when we start to do something, it's about the process that's important rather than, I want to, because my YouTube channel, I want to make a lot of money. Because if with the wrong intention, and if the process, the journey took longer than expected, then because of that, a lot of people end up giving up. But because your intention is really just want to share, you just want to educate and basically share whatever personal finance tip that have helped you. And because of that, you enjoy the process so much that you didn't really care whether does it give you money or not, right? And eventually, because you persisted, and that's how the money actually comes in.
I think one other thing that helped was that I actually went and told my friends, hey, I'm going to start a channel, so that I didn't have a place to back off from. So like if I stop, my wife will say, hey, see lah. So I didn't want her to say me lah. So I just like continue on for a while. And if it fails, then so be it lah. So because I've seen people, after my second year, people reach out to me. They say, oh, Kelvin, I want to start a YouTube channel. Oh, by the way, I've quit my job. I like, so they started right from the wrong way already, because they think that YouTube could make them rich. So, and they need it to happen in a very short span of time without any knowledge on how to make it succeeding. So that's like almost a 90% guaranteed failure lah. I started from low base. I didn't have expectation for it to succeed. One more thing that helped was that I always try to improve something in every video, like improve the lighting, improve the mic. So something is always going up lah. So I've also seen channels that over 2-3 years, nothing has changed as compared to the first year. The views are still the same, the thumbnails are still the same. So, so you can't just like blindly go through this lah. You also have to improve something along the way for it to give value to others lah.
I want to summarize a little bit the key learning points I'm getting so far. Firstly, when you do a side hustles, like you don't have to be like, it's now or never. It's like all or nothing. Like a lot of people like to say, okay, I want to quit my job, and so that I have time to focus on my business. But very often, because of that, they end up feeling so stressed, and because of that, their intention become wrong, and they become very impatient. And when they don't see result, they kind of feel like, okay, it's not for me. But for Kelvin, he took the different path. Like he was still working at that time. And because of the channel eventually able to sustain itself, and that's why he decided to leave his job, which later on, I think we are going to talk about this as well. It's like you want to make sure you get your order right. You want to make sure your side hustle becomes sustainable before you decide to make a big move, whether to quit or not. And secondly is I really like how he talked about he always trying to improve. And I think that's different aspects of life, not just YouTube as well, but different aspects of life. You keep on thinking about how can I improve that just 1%, right? Every single thing that you do, that's how your life will start to compound like magic. And that's how his channel start to compound like magic as well. Before your channel becomes so successful, I'm pretty sure you have moments in your life that it was very down. Like, what was the lowest point in your life and what happened back then?
Okay, it's related to my channel. So it was during the crypto bull run. So like I started to explore around, like, so I look at those high yield. High yield thing?
Yes, crypto high yield.
The crypto high yield. It was giving like 20%, yes. When the S&P was giving like just 10%. So I was like parking my own money into it. Then I said, since this is a channel about learning, why don't I make a video that to show everyone what I learned? So I started to, people say I promote. I started to share my learning about this platform. Then sure enough, it crashed. Not just one, I think it was several platforms. Basically all the platforms, all the high yielding platforms, it crashed. So it crashed, I lose money, never mind, because it's still my own money. But when I crash, other people lose money because of me. So that was what I felt really bad. People say, oh yeah, Kelvin, you're taking sponsorships. No, I didn't, it's my own money. Yeah, so that was my biggest learning. To whatever you learn, just remember that people who are watching, some of them aren't that financial literate enough. They will think like, oh, Kelvin do it, so I can do it. So it's not the case, right? So nowadays I've become a lot more
careful.
Demure.
Okay.
So not everything there's high risk, don't talk about it. So you have also seen that I've recently seldom talk about Tesla already, because like if everyone were to go in and if it drops like 10-20%, which is a common thing, then they might lose their life savings, which isn't good.
I think you're just really being very responsible for your audience.
Correct.
You want to make sure you take care of them.
So I realized this, with these huge followings, the responsibility has also gone up. So it can't just be about learning, sharing whatever I learned anymore. So even though I tried experiment around with a new option strategy all around, I haven't been teaching. So I lose money is better than everyone else lose money.
So you want to make sure you always find a consistency first and really back test it again and again for yourself using your own money before you want to share on your channel.
Yeah, even if it's consistent, some of these higher risk stuff aren't meant for the general public. So if ever I teach it, it will be behind a paywall, so that people who know where their risk tolerance lies will only be able to see it.
I think it's always like striking a balance, right, between what you're personally learning versus what you can share. And at the same time, I felt it's very important for the audience here as well. Like a lot of times when we share whatever things that has worked for us, like what Kelvin said, it depends on your risk appetite as well. It doesn't mean that there's one size fit all. It can work for everyone. So it's always important that there's so much information online, not just Kelvin's channel, not just my channel, but so many other things that you want to internalize it and see whether is it suitable for you. And I think it's always good to just start off with something smaller budget first, right? In case you lose it, which can happen, then you are not like risking your entire portfolio. I think portfolio sizing is super crucial.
Yeah, so this is the other thing that I learned. In the past, I used to go like 90% into Tesla. So nowadays, I like, hey, there's absolutely the wrong way to do it. So just learn along the way and improve the strategy.
So just now we talked about the lowest point of your life. What is the proudest moment for you then?
There's actually no like proudest moment for me, because everything builds up over time. So for example, if I trace it back, the reason I'm able to come to Singapore in the first place was because I had good grades. Or then it was because my parents sent me to tuition, tons of tuition. So then after that, I came here. I started out as a low-paid games programmer. Then after that, it slowly transitioned to higher paid games programmer. So then I lost my job. Then I only work on this YouTube as an experiment kind of thing. Everything that doesn't seem significant along the way, in the end, if you look back, it all leads to this thing. So proudest moment, I think there isn't any, but every of these small things add up to this big moment. Even though right now it feels like I'm successful, personally I think I'm not. It's probably just another small stepping stone to another big things that I will do in the future, hopefully. Yeah.
It reminds me of the quote of Steve Jobs, right? He talks about all dots connect, right? Basically, whatever experience that we have, there's no best experience, there's no wrong experience, there's no right experience. But every experience, if you choose to look at it positively and you choose to learn from it, that's how you are able to level up as a person and level up your life as well. Is that what you mean?
Yeah. So it feels a bit cliche, like, okay, this all leads to somewhere. But I guess in a way, you also have to create your own success, you create your own luck. So I would say don't be afraid to try out things. Like if you want to try out YouTube, try out e-commerce, business, whatever, just try it. So at least you have that small luck, small probability of success rather than none at all. Yeah, because I've seen a lot of posts that say, oh yeah, Singapore is this very hard to succeed place. I feel like average. We are just earning money for the government, that kind of thing. But the thing is, if you are just doing the same thing over and over again, what result can you expect from it, right? So if you don't want to be average, just do things that the average don't do lah. Like try out some new side hustles along the way lah. Yeah.
I like the part about being open-minded, right? And I remember there's another video I watched from Lao Gao, another very famous Chinese YouTuber. Like he talked about we're able to create luck and how it's actually being open-minded. Exactly what you said. Like you really be open-minded to different ideas, like trying out YouTube if this is what kind of felt like, maybe your talent can lie in there, or like try out a side hustle business. And because you're open-minded, your luck naturally opens on itself. And of course, it's very important that as you find out that if this works for you, you want to make sure you double down, right? Rather than trying to try out so many things at the same time. I think the initial phase is try out. And then after that, zoom in into something that can really work, or that a few things that really work for you. And I think that's what Kelvin has been doing. Like he has tried out so many things. And he did mention that he failed many times before. But eventually, all these failures or all these experience really make him to be where he is today. I think that's really amazing. My next question is, even right now, you did mention your channel, right, being successful on its own, even though you say it's not very successful, but in many people's view, it's already very successful. But there are also times that you feel uncertain because you are doing it full time, right? You don't have any more people paying you like as a salary, right? You take responsibility of your own living and your life. Is a fear still there? And if it happens again, what do you tell yourself to overcome that fear?
So for me, I always have a backup plan. If I ever got cancelled and lose my job as a YouTuber, I can just go back to working as a programmer. Because prior to this, finding a job as a programmer isn't an issue for me. I could just find a job in like 2-3 months. Worst case, I just take a pay cut. People will hire me. And even if it all fails, all this experience that I gained from this YouTube journey, probably I can just start another new one. But hopefully I'm not cancelled again lah. So all these learnings, failures, I don't think they are failures. I can just treat it as lessons, which I can bring it to me along to my next path lah. So even so a while back, there's the people like the NOC people, Night Owl Cinematics. They failed straight away. They jumped to a new platform, and it even much more bigger than before, and they managed to avoid all these mistakes they have done in the past. So for me, failed. Okay, never mind. Just continue on, because like I said earlier, like it will just lead to another bigger thing to try out.
It basically really sums up whatever things that you just talk about, like all the dots connect. So, and I believe you have this confidence in yourself. Like, no matter what happened, you will do your best. And because of that, you are able to figure it out. Is that correct?
Confidence, I would say, it's more like fake confidence. It's more like fake it till you make it lah. Like I've never thought that I want to be a YouTuber. Even now, probably I'm still faking it. So I think the biggest thing that I learned is like no one is special. Because when people get, especially some like influencers that I see, or they think they are very big people, they have big following, but not really, right? Because you are just there to provide entertainment. People are just there for the entertainment. So from my side, people are just there to watch my videos, to just learn the stuff there. I'm replaceable. So I think that's the most important thing to remember about, that I'm not irreplaceable, and I'm not special. So yeah, so my channel is just there to teach lah. So I'm not some god or anything.
I'm very curious about this topic about replaceability, right? Like just now you said that you are replaceable. Aren't you afraid that you will be replaced? Like how do you, for example, right? Sometimes I think I always have this fear that I'm not important. I'm not not special, right? That's why I always try to do something to prove that I'm special and all this. But you are the exact opposite, right? How do you come to that state of being so zen with this?
I mean, I just try my best. Then whatever happens. So.
Okay, I don't understand this answer.
So you're scared of being replaced?
Yeah, I'm scared of being replaced.
I mean, if okay, so basically when I started, I didn't see a lot of YouTubers. Those who have started alongside with me, or who have contacted me, I think like 90% have gone from the face of YouTube already. And I see new faces coming out all the time. And a lot of them managed to make it succeed because they managed to find their own niche. So people like Lisa Adulting, she shares her budget, her investment, her financial journey. Then there's also like Demi, she also shares her financial journey. Then there's now you are also coming in as an options teacher. So like everyone has their own thing to teach lah. So which personally I have covered all these things, right? But every part is being taken away. So I think there's nothing to be worried about. Like people who follow you, will still follow you for who you are, for your knowledge. But other than that, I think there are things that you can't control. So I think don't be too worried about that.
It kind of made me feel like you are running it like a business, because recently I was talking to another good friend of mine and she runs very successful business. She said that I'm always finding ways to replace myself. I'm like, wow, like because she said when I replace myself, then my business can run on its own. So is that your goal as well?
I've never thought about this actually. This replacing part, probably you meant outsourcing lah. So stuff like video editing, script writing. For people who do not know, I've never shared 30% of the content now is not done by me entirely. Outsource my script writing to some people. Then video editing, I've also outsourced it. But I do check through the entire thing, so in the end it's still me. But the initial whole ideation part is no longer me. Yeah, so I think my goal is obviously is not to create this whole big successful channel. My eventual goal is still to retire happily. So in like 10 years time, I can't vision myself working like 80, 70 hours a week on YouTube. Wow, I would die. So it's best to like slow down. So I'm slowly trying to transition out of this whole grinding, hustling phase.
I see. So you still envision yourself doing YouTube, just that you want to make sure you balance your time even better.
Correct.
10 years down the road.
Yeah, because right now the issue that I have is I'm on this very big wheel. Because got money to earn. Because as a business owner, your goal is to maximize profits. So because you don't know how long this whole business will last for. But maybe tomorrow MS clamp down on influencer, offers will be gone. So my goal is that right now, whatever I can earn, I will try to earn first. Then at the same time also outsource a bit. My goal is not to work so hard. So I feel like I've strayed away from my initial goal, which is just to share knowledge. But now it's added this, I need to earn as much money as possible, which doesn't bring me joy. I don't know how to explain it. Because people say, oh, earn more money, isn't that good? But like, you try working 80 hours a week for like 4 years. See how happy you can feel. Yeah, so there's a limit to how much you can earn.
I see.
Yeah.
So that's why for yourself, you always want to make sure the longevity of not just your channel, but your own happiness, your own vision for your future, right? If you don't mind sharing right now, how many hours do you spend on working on your channel every day?
I think after my kid was born, I have a second kid. After my kid was born, I used to work like 80 hours. Now,
80 hours a week. That means that's more than 12 hours 12 a day, right? Yes.
So, but now got the kid, it's harder because at night I have to wake up, feed the kid. Like last night, I was still rushing for this whole election thing.
Oh, yeah?
I slept at 2. The kid woke up at 4. I'm like, oh shit, can you let me sleep? So I can't work as hard as I used to as compared to last year. So maybe now it's only like 60 hours. It's still a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
60 hours, that's like about 9 hours per day, about there.
Per day.
Yeah.
Including weekdays.
Yeah, including weekdays, that's right. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So sometimes, a lot of times, people would think that, being a YouTuber is very good, you have a lot of free time. Actually, it's not true.
It's not.
Especially when you need to make sure you bring in enough for your family, because right now, Kelvin has 2 kids, and you want to make sure he take good care of them. He really hustled a lot, right? So don't just look at the surface like we are successful in a way, but actually a lot of hard work that we put in. And I think that is something that really worth a lot of respect. So talking about your kids, right now you are a father of 2. How has it changed your life and your view towards yourself and everything?
First of all, I have lesser sleep now.
You have what?
Lesser sleep now. Lesser time for myself. But as to how it changed my world, I think one thing I realized is that the kid grew up so fast. I know everyone says it, but when you experience it yourself, you'll see like, I think for my firstborn, my kid was changing face every 1 week. So like
Changing face?
yeah, the feature changes every week. So today you see, it look a bit different. So it changes. So every day it feels like a new kid coming to you. Just last year, my kid still didn't know how to talk, but this year she started to say like, I want to go toilet. that kind of thing. So last night she was telling me that her friend hit her. Yeah, my friend, the friend name hit me. Then like, huh? Hit you? So it every day feels like a different kid. So this will only last till like, I don't know, maybe 18 years old before the kid moves out, or even earlier than that, before the kid start playing with her friends, don't want to even bother about me, because this kind of thing. So it reminds me that time is very short. Because we don't feel it when we are working 20 years old all the way to 80, right? 60 years old feels a lot, but actually it's not. If you just break it down, I think there's some book that say what, you only have like 4,000 weeks to live. So for the kids, the time that you can spend with the kids is only like 18 years if you're lucky. So that's changed my view on the world lah. So try not to work too hard. Focus on the kid more. Yeah.
Were you ever felt that you were ready to become a father before you decide to become a father?
No leh. I think no one is ever ready lah. But of course we got plan financially for it lah. So when the kid come, we just have to do whatever it takes to keep the kid alive. So like feed the kid, bathe the kid, whatever. So yeah, I don't think there's anyone who will be ready for the kid. Even for my second kid, when it comes, I'm like, oh shit. What do I do? Yeah, so yeah, just enjoy lah.
You yourself came from a very traditional family, right? Like back then, your father and your mom always want you to like study very hard, and that's why I think that's the entire education that I went through. Having lived through that, and right now you taking this unconventional path that a lot of people wouldn't probably dare to even jump into, how would that shape your idea of educating your kids or supporting them in their grow-up journey?
Okay, so for context, my parents only wanted me to have good grades, but after uni, they actually allowed me to do whatever I want. So they didn't ask me to join a high-paying company. So I said I want to be a games programmer, which is one of the lowest paid programmer in the industry.
Really?
Yeah, my parents were earning like 4K onwards. I was earning like less than 3K at the start. So, but I was basically, people say what is passion, but passion doesn't pay lah. So I had low pay at the start. So I think for my kids, when they grow up, I also wouldn't want them to do things that just for money lah. They should choose happiness more instead. I think my goal is just there to support them. So I was watching this video online. There was this motivational speaker. His name is Win Jiang.
Oh, Win Jiang, the speech, the communication coach.
Yeah, so I think his family came from Vietnam during the Vietnam War. They were refugees from Vietnam, and they migrated over to Australia. So then Win, he went to study laws and commerce. So halfway through the university, he wanted to drop out. So he told his parents that I'm going to drop out. I'm going to start a business teaching people how to do magic tricks. And the dad was like, hey, we are escaping from war. I want you to have the best life, right? And now you tell me you want to do magic? So I think, but the father, he was super supportive. He said this quote. So he said, as long as I'm alive, I will be your net. So you can just try to jump as high as you want. So, but if you fall, I will catch you. So I think that's what I want to be for my kids also. So like, because all this money that I've saved up, eventually it will be passed down to them. So, and also not to pass down blindly lah. Later they spend all the money. So yeah, as long as I'm alive, I will support them in whatever they do lah. As long as it's not illegal. Yeah.
I always like the kind of humor that he suddenly add in, which is what he does for his channel as well. He can talk something very serious and all of a sudden like these lame jokes are come up, but hey, it's very funny. Yeah, but I can feel that, like, I feel so touched when I hear that. Like, I felt like you're such a great father, and I'm very sure when your kids grow up, they can definitely feel that, and maybe when they will tear up, a little bit when they watch this episode, like, oh my god, it's so touching. Okay, so my next question is, can you share with us, since you have been doing your personal finance journey for so long, right? And you also share with us just now a little bit of your ups and downs and all this. If today, to people who are very new, or maybe who are struggling with their own investing portfolio, what are some 1 to 2 advice that you want to give to them?
So I think a lot of people think that like investing is this very big part of personal finance, right? That you can grow rich from it. But if you look at statistics, right, there's very, very low chance that you will grow rich from investing. Like, even if you see Warren Buffett, the greatest investor on earth, he only has 20% compounded annual return, which is actually not that a lot. Where if you stretch it out very long amount of time. So for us who are just normal investors, there's no way we can beat him. So we can only invest in maybe S&P 500, triple Q. Maybe you will only get around 10% annual return.
Yeah.
Which isn't a lot. So there's no way you can get rich. So investing is just maybe 20%, 10% of your whole financial journey. So this is the small part only. So the bigger part is actually learn how to save money. So whatever comes in, try to budget your money. That's the bigger part, because if I give you 100K, 200K, and if you spend it all, then nothing's left, right? So saving is the other bigger portion. Then the biggest portion is actually the earning money part. People feel like they are stuck in their job. Go change job. Don't stay in your job. Go learn some, upskill yourself, learn some side hustle. This will improve your financials a lot more than try to invest in the S&P 500.
I think especially true for people who have a small pot, right? Like, if you only start with $5,000 or $10,000, if you compound 10%, it's still good, but then you really need a longevity of time for your 5K to 10K to become something sustainable, like meaningful, like 100K or 200K and above, right? But what Kelvin is saying, that as much as you need to start early investing, it's also important for you to upskill, right? Because only when you level up your skill set, when you're able to create more income for yourself, then that's how you can use bigger amount of sum to invest more or do other things that you want in life.
People always see what is the best credit card to use, how to save money, which is the best SIM card to use. These are the things that will at most save you $10, $20 a month.
Yeah.
Oh, you multiply it by a year, it's only $200+ only. True. Then some people will try to save money on eating chai fan every day. How much is it going to save you? So focus on the income part. Then try not to spend money on stupid things like la boo boo. So that will make you richer a lot faster as compared to investing in the stock market, I feel.
Yeah, so it's about focusing on that important 20%. Because that 20% rule, the 80-20, the 20% will have the 80% of the impact. So if you focus on increasing your income ability by learning different skill set, right? Not just if you are good in your career, then double down in your career. But if you felt like you are very stuck in your job and you actually don't enjoy it, either you can switch job, like what Kelvin suggested, but also trying out different things, like being open-minded, right? And that's how you never know, you can unlock different kind of income stream that you don't see yourself doing right now, but just few years ago, Kelvin also didn't have this kind of income stream, but right now he has, because he chose to be increasing his skill set, he chose to be open-minded, and he really tried it out.
Yeah, open-minded is quite important because some people say oh, actually I don't have anything that I like to do. I think everyone is good at something. Some people maybe they like to play games, so that's your strength already. So you can just focus on doing those stuff. Some maybe they are good at talking to girls. Oh yeah, that's also your strength, right? Yeah. So you just focus, do something along that path lah. Yeah, so there's always something that you are good at lah.
And I think right now with social media, it has really given everyone a channel to broadcast your voice, right? So don't be just a consumer, be a creator, right? And when you take that power in your hand, you never know what kind of possibilities it can unlock for yourself. So here comes the last question I have for you. If today you have lived as long as you wanted and you have achieved everything that you want in your life, and today will be the last day, and after tomorrow onwards, after today onwards, whatever things that you have shared in your channel, you have taught, it will disappear together with you. So if that is the case, right, like you have nothing to leave behind, but you can only leave behind 3 advice, right? 3 advice for the audience here, and it can be your kids as well. What would that be? 3 advice be?
I think the first one is don't focus too much on money. This is especially a big thing in Singapore, right? Everyone is like basing their success on money, like how much money can I earn, which condo can I buy, what car can I buy, this kind of thing. But like I think on the deathbed, no one goes to say, hey honey, give me my bank statement, I want to see how much money I earn. Because money is not important in the end. Money is just a means to buy something. So, and you can't bring it together with you. So I think the first thing is like, don't focus too much on money. Focus on the journey instead. Like maybe find a job that makes you happy, although it's not possible for everyone. So find something that makes you happy. It doesn't have to be with money. So focus on that thing instead. So that's the first thing. Then the second thing is like find purpose. Personally, I feel like life would be meaningless without any purpose. So like, there's a quote, they say many people die at 25, but they only get buried at 75. So once you quit your job, once you start your job, so a lot of people will keep working all the way until 60 plus, retire and die. So I think find a purpose in life. So that's where you have a better, meaningful life lah. So for the third one, just be kind to others lah. Like on the internet, people like, hey Kelvin, this kind of thing. So just be kind, because like your kindness may impact other people in ways that you can't imagine.
That is true.
Yeah.
Absolutely agree. I think kindness is something that it's free, right? But at the same time, you can really make people's day, right? And it doesn't have to be a big kind of gesture. If you have money to donate, that's fantastic. But if you don't have, it can be a small act, like you helping out someone, or you just smile at somebody and you are kind to that person. I think that's good enough as well, right? And I also like the part that you talk about really enjoying our life, because that working career, a lot of people feel very dread, right? Like they kind of felt they have no choice. But if you think about it, we all have choice, right? If you really don't like it, just quit, right? And you can do so many other things in your life. You just need to be resourceful enough and be open-minded to figure that out. And then you don't just live until 25, right? You live really like for the next decades to come. You have a beautiful life. I think that's the most important thing. I also have one more portion. It's like a fun game time. Okay, so game time. What are the 3 important attributes you are looking for a partner?
Romantic, can save money, smart lah.
Oh, so your wife must be very romantic, very smart.
Maybe not romantic lah. Personally, I'm not romantic. smart and can save money. Kind.
If you can have dinner with just one person on earth, who would that be?
Don't have.
Like you don't want to be any like maybe famous people, I don't know, like.
I think there's too many to choose from, right? Like Warren Buffett, learn from him. But a lot of things I can already learn from him online. Yeah, I think the internet has changed lah. So yes, don't have.
You remind me of the answer given by Charlie Munger. Right? He literally also said don't have, because he can read all about them through books and whatsoever. Okay, salute. Okay, number 3. If today you will need to go to a deserted island and you can only bring 3 things, what would that be?
Do I have to stay on the island?
Yes, you have to stay there.
Can I come back?
Assume you cannot come back.
I don't know. My laptop. I need internet. Wow, but I don't have electric. Can I bring the electric charging the generator? I don't know. I just have a laptop. I'll be happy with.
Okay, the power of digital nomad.
Digital nomad, right?
If today you can have one superpower, what power would you want?
I I think do a lot of things at the same time lah. You know, like the shadow clone Naruto. Yeah, because I feel like I don't have enough time to do everything, and yet I want to do everything. Like I want to play games, but I don't have time to play games. I want to spend time with my kid, but I don't have time. I want to do my work, earn more money, but I don't have time. So I think if that's my superpower, then I want to clone myself.
What's the lamest joke you have ever told on your channel?
I think like nothing is certain in life. So even if you go to like your Cai Fan auntie, she might not even call you Cai帅哥 today. So yeah, nothing is certain lah. But because people who tell me like the market is going to crash today, and like how you know, like even you don't know your Cai Fan auntie is going to call you 帅哥 or not.
Okay, very, very lame indeed. At first I was like, what is this? Okay, but then I understand. Okay, thank you. Thank you once again. It was so fun. And remember to follow Kelvin, learn investing, continue to follow his journey on personal finance tip. And most importantly, really like go through this learning phase together with him, because I'm very sure he's someone who is always have the growth mindset. He always think about how can he improve, not just for his channel, but for his own personal finance planning as well. And I'm very sure you are definitely going to learn and grow together with him. So make sure to follow, and remember to follow my channel, Arigato Investor, to learn more about investing and personal finance and personal development tips as well. I will see you in the next episode. Arigato!
Bye.